Holla and hello. Alright, the EU is so awful. We used to have about 237 different charger plugs. Thanks to the EU, there's now only USB-C worldwide. While I like the EU overall, I do find it funny that this is like the main argument here. Well, now at least they consolidated the USB standard for charging things. Now, chat control. No, I actually do very much appreciate the EU for that, because it has even impacted America, and I am very grateful. Your package will be delivered by DPD. I don't know who that is. I guess it's for the best. The beacons of nuke. The beacons are burning. Greenland is calling for help. So I guess the Northern Lights hit Germany, evidently. That's pretty funny. That's a good one. How I watch the ZDF documentaries about video games. What the fuck are they doing? People, I packed 5 pants for a 5-day vacation and set myself in them on day 3. Does that mean you pooped yourself? How could you have pooped yourself 3 times in one day? Oh. Yeah, it actually does mean that. I assumed I was wrong. Okay, you pooped yourself on day 3. Dude, you're just gonna have to wear the same pair of pants twice. You will survive. The actual act of pooping yourself in public is way more traumatic than wearing the pants you wore on day 1 on day 5. People with physical disabilities. Children. I can only imagine in Germany, because apparently, I mean, the German stare is a famous thing. So I can imagine, you know, children stare a lot. So German children. Negative 600,000 votes. What happened to them? He forgot to speak German. You know, an interesting thing about this, at least to me, is that, like, in America, this sentiment of, like, oh, it's America, so you should speak English, that's considered very racist or prejudice. Like, you can't say that. You can't say that to someone here in America. You would be chastised. Well, I mean, for the most part. Also, I do understand this is within the context of this specific subreddit, on which it's a German subreddit and you have to speak German, but it's the same difference. But the interesting part is that then I see stuff like this, but then I also see other, like, European people saying, oh, Americans will say you have to speak English in America. And it's like, actually, you want to know something interesting about American healthcare is at the hospital, most hospitals will provide free translation, like a live translator, usually through an app, for whatever language, but they will have a live translator or on the phone. They do it multiple ways. But you can speak any language in America in the hospital, and they will accommodate you. And it's like the only thing that's free, okay? Everything else you pay an arm and a leg for, except if you speak a different language. That's free to get a translator. Of course, it's 2026, so you can just use like your like AI. Point is, they've been doing it for years and years that way. What do they intend to do about the current massive overload of doctors? We'll abolish sick notes over the phone so that everyone doesn't have to drag themselves unnecessarily into a waiting room with other sick people. Welcome aboard, Federal Ministry of Health. So you guys banned sick notes over the phone? I've always thought it was sort of interesting how in Germany sick notes seem like it's very, it's like an official procedure, like official bureaucracy, the sick notes from the doctor. Here in America, it's like, I've actually never used a sick note. It is definitely a thing. Like, you can get a sick note from the doctor. But I've never had to do it. I just tell my employer that I was sick and I need to use a sick day. And trust me, we don't get very many of these sick days, don't get me wrong. But like when you are sick and you need to use one, I've never had to actually show a note. And if you did, I'm curious to see like a German sick note, because here in America, it's just like they just print out a paper, basically. You could easily forge it yourself. German intelligence test. What? Is this for like crossing a crosswalk, like trying to turn the signal on or whatever? What is this top one? That says signal coming. Please press. The EU is so crap. You used to be able to go bankrupt in a single day if you made a phone call abroad. Thanks to the EU, it's now practically free all over Europe. That's cool. That's really cool. So like they regulated what telephone companies could do as far as making international calls and the fees. That's really cool. Hey, there we go. Another point for the EU, guys. There were northern lights yesterday in Germany, and you only just found out about it. Yeah, this is me. This is me. Except I guess this guy missed the opportunity to see the lights. I never had that opportunity. Say it again. No appointments and slightly tipsy. Other road users. How I get photographed by ants on my way on my way to 8-hour time fraud. Oh no, the economy. King Julian has died. Rest in peace, Stefan Goslar. German actor who specialized in dubbing. Damn, rest in peace. I guess he played a character called King Julian. That's probably him right there. If you forgot to lock the bathroom door and see the door handle going down. Hey, wait, see, as an American, this is quite... I mean, I guess this applies in private bathrooms, like if you're at your friend's house. But as far as public restrooms, we don't have this problem because you can just see people in the bathroom. You can just see them through the crack. The crack is this big in the stall, and you just see them sitting there. And you can see their feet because the gap is this big at the bottom. So you just see them in the stall. So this doesn't happen. There are 2 wolves inside me. You're just another brick in the wall. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. This just reminds me that I resent the fact that I wasn't even alive to be at the concert in Berlin, the Pink Floyd The Wall concert. It's something I think about every once in a while. I resent that fact. But yeah, screw that mindset on the left. Northern lights on your phone. Northern lights in reality. DPD delivery driver as soon as he touches the bell. A lot of shade being thrown at the DPD delivery. They must really suck ass at their job. How lazy are you? Me. I was just looking at the time, like 8:18. Okay, that's kind of late to sleep in. Oh, you're literally using your night shelf box as your nightstand. Coupon bullion. What is going on? Oh, I'm not even going to try to comprehend this. They almost all look like they're the same. Great, the bets on Bill and Tom will probably host Wetten Das. Stop, it's already dead. You know what's crazy about that show? Wetten Das. I recognize it because it was one of the first things I reacted to about Germany. I never posted the video. I was just looking up German things. You know, it was like, oh, this show, Wetten Das. And I looked it up on YouTube and basically just clicked the most popular video, reacted to it, not realizing I was reacting to a man doing a stunt on a motorcycle. And it was like a terrible tragedy. And he ended up paralyzed. And I just sat there in the video. I mean, I guess it would be an interesting reaction, considering it's me. I did not know that's what I was about to watch. But I felt like I didn't post it because I was like, that's just not what yeah. Vegan Mullen Bratwurst. Okay, the translation obviously didn't work because this is showing that he's rearranged the letters to spell the same thing. It's something to do with that law, the EU law, about the vegan verbiage and stuff. It's 3 a.m. Do we want to cry? Yes, baby humor. This is great. Get enough sleep. No time for hobbies. Get less sleep. No energy. What if sleeping's your hobby? Or you know what? Your hobby could be lucid dreaming. That's a real hobby. I know there's like a whole community that tries to do that every night where you control your own dream and you get to do whatever you want. There you go. Problem solved. Women, when they see that you have a forklift license. Really? Did not know that. Actually, here in Indiana, I think that is probably accurate. A short power nap during lunch break. Woke up shortly after work. My girlfriend when she uses her smartphone all day. My girlfriend when I turn on my mobile game console for a second. Shitty work day. Almost had an accident on the way home. Slipped in front of the house. And he's being saved by frozen pizza and Netflix. Experience the Northern Lights, adult style. How I imagine waking up with my children. Here, Marie, don't forget the sandwich. Thanks, Mom. How it actually is. Hey, this is more parent humor. Yes, this is perfect for me. How it actually is. What? You need craft supplies and scissors for school today? Marie, since when have you known that? Okay. My kids aren't in school yet, but I look forward to that. I've lived in my apartment for 3 years. I don't know whether, I guess I should go across, not just down. Okay, yeah, definitely. That was stupid. Remote control always in the same place. 3 damn years. My girlfriend comes over once. Yep, I knew it. 5 minutes, remote control gone. Windows. Okay, I can see. He's just looking at the same perspective as the window. Because it's just, yeah. Job interview. Why should we give you the job? Me, do you want to do it yourself? My wife, have you completed last week's task yet? Me. I don't know who that is. Sorry. That's my favorite meme format. All right. The low IQ people say TikTok sucks. The midwit people say TikTok is great for memes and messages. And then the intelligent people say TikTok sucks. I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one, yeah. TikTok does suck. There's something about that format that now, of course, has been copied by all the other, Instagram and YouTube and stuff with the shorts. There's something about that format that's just has no integrity. It's so sloppy. You never know. I mean, like, people get their news from it, and it's like, it could be anything. It could be totally fake, made up, or literally like AI videos now. You have no idea if what you're watching is even real or not. And then not to mention just the effects on the attention span. And just the premise of the app. I mean, the premise of that type of format, it makes sense, as from like a capitalist kind of point of view. Like, what if we provide people entertainment that could fill the gaps in their day, that are just a few seconds long. Just a few seconds long. They're waiting in line at McDonald's. Not enough time to watch a YouTube video or a movie or a TV show. But it's enough time to scroll through TikTok. There we go. We've done it. We found a video, format that works to just seep into the cracks even more. All the cracks left behind by the other apps as far as getting your attention and giving you something to do in your day. We filled it in with these little 10-second videos. Now people can literally just stare at their phone all day, every day, in any situation. No matter how much time you do or don't have, you've got enough time to watch a TikTok. Not to mention the privacy and propaganda concerns, which used to be a Chinese propaganda concern. Now, at least here in America, I have to be concerned with American propaganda. Now that it's partially owned by the American government. Actually, I should say it's not owned by the American government. It's owned by hand-picked people and corporations in America by the American government. Visibility is less than 10,000 meters. My guys. If you've had a stomach bug for a week, oh, that sucks. But your clothes fit again. That's looking at the bright side. Me after I accomplished something very doable. Boys, I dropped a beer in the drink section. I don't know what that means. I think I'm done, guys, for the week. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal weekend, and I hope to see you again next week. Goodbye.